Hey guys! So we're going live a little early today, but our boys are sleeping and we have a ton of stuff to get ready because we are flying to San Diego.
We are.
On Wednesday.
Yep.
But we've had a ton of people ask us. We leave at 5 a.m. on Wednesday. Lord help us. Pray for us that we make it there, baggage checked, car seats checked, all packed, ready to go. So we've had a lot of people ask us about our oily labor and delivery, and we kind of touched on it a little bit, but we thought we would kind of share what we did a little more specifically. Yep. It's easier than messaging you all individually. So we thought we'd do a little live video for posterity. One of the things I do love about oils is that there's an amazing oily community out there that has been so helpful, and there's so much information that you can like ask questions and get support. It's been awesome. You need to know, and there's amazing books. This is probably one of my most recommended books for anyone who has kiddos and you're using oils. And it looks like it's more for pregnancy, but this book is awesome even if you have like kids, babies, infants, all that good stuff. This book makes it so easy. And then this is my second favorite for like family-friendly recipes, where if you just want it all in one. I mean, I love Pinterest. I love looking for things on the internet, but I also just love grabbing a book that has like a wide variety of blends that just make it easy. And they're nothing complicated. They're super, like, it's so easy to follow. Yep. This is actually one that I was going to talk about, our immunity roller. Thank you, Narina. I need all that good vibes after baby, right? One of the things I think is the hardest for us women after we have babies is we're no longer like cute and pregnant. We're just feeling a little plump and postpartum, right? So hoping that baby weight will just magically fall off and we will just nurse it all away, right? So far that hasn't been the case for me, but we'll see. So one of the things that I highly recommend if you are in the prepping stage before delivery, as early as you can start, is this little magical bottle right here. And I'm not going to go into the TMI information, but basically this little spray right here makes everything just happen in a lovely way. I don't know how else to explain it.
Softens your parts.
Softens everything and prepares it. And I will say, after having 6 babies, and this being my first oily pregnancy, delivery, baby right out of the womb, oily, is recovery and delivery and just this baby.
So much better.
I don't know if it's the oils or what, but she is just the sweetest, like, loveliest little thing. Like, nursing, everything has just been going so nicely. I'm like, praise the Lord. I think God knew that I just needed a bit of a break because we always have a little rough postpartum.
It's putting it mildly. Like, if you know anything about my wife's story, like, post-baby can be a rough season for us. So
yeah,
but not this time around. And I really do think it is. I've already said I'm a complete believer, like, that it has changed so many things in our family for the better. Yeah,
so for those of you who don't know, after babies, I really struggle with hormones, moods, just emotions, roller coaster, like all the symptoms that your body goes through as you're crashing out of these pregnancy hormones into like nursing hormones and just all these things that I experienced in the past that I have not been experiencing with this pregnancy. Even just like the sweats that you get after when your body's like adjusting. I have not experienced that. I've had a few little emotional moments, but I really experienced some severe highs and severe lows with each baby. So it's been pretty awesome. The other thing that I used a lot was this little immunity blend because you all know I was trying to get healthy. And when you're pregnant, or even nursing, you really have to be careful what you take as far as like cold medicines or anything like that. So this little bad boy right here was like one of my BFFs. And I got it out of this book. I didn't reinvent the wheel. I just mixed it up, used this.
It was like every hour on the hour, like the last 3 days. before.
Oh yeah, I was like grabbing. I was grabbing it all the time, and I rolled it on my back a lot.
Honey, here, roll. Hit me again. It was good. Like.
Well, yeah, it was. I really
above
think
that
it
wellness
helped.
line. Absolutely.
I really feel like, and if anything, it just made me feel empowered that there was something I could do instead of just being miserable.
Yeah. Even if it was just a little tad of placebo effect, all goodness is goodness.
But nothing, I wasn't worried about what I was passing on to her or what I couldn't take. And I feel like I have every pregnancy, I either struggle with like allergies or just having a cold or whatever and just being miserable, right? And there's not a lot you can do. One thing that I found was really, really helpful as we were prepping to go into labor and delivery is I had a whole, like, guys, I brought my oily arsenal.
Oh,
this bag.
That's not even all of it.
Let me just show you.
This bag and this bag. We
brought it
rolling
all
in heavy.
So this is my, like, it's actually a electronic storage bag, but look at it. It fits oils so perfectly. Is that not awesome? And then I had all my other goods down here, my alkaline packets, my Thieves cough drops, my spray. I had my vitamins in here, my lavender lip balm. Cause
alkaline the day of, that was good.
Gum. So this I had packed. But you guys, right, when you're in labor and delivery, the last thing you're going to do is be thinking about how to grab all these little things and put them together and add carrier oil and do all this stuff for those of you who are oily. So one of the best things that I did was just mix everything up ahead of time. So I always experience a little bit of head tension, and this was actually perfect. The day I mixed this up, Josh came to me and he's like, "Babe, I need something." I was like, "I just made this up."
Just made this, yeah, and I was like, for the win.
So this is something we actually use all the time. It's a head tension blend. It was amazing on the forehead, the back of the neck. I forget where else.
The next day, the day after you had a little bit of that. I think from not sleeping.
Well, sometimes when you have an epidural and you have anesthesia or Pitocin, you can experience a little bit of head tension afterwards. So this was awesome in the hospital right after, and just when we were home, and we have kids.
Yes.
Who am I kidding? I'm rubbing this on all the time.
You need head tension on the regular when you got two
that bad
toddlers
boy goes with
around.
me. That's gonna go on the plane trip with us.
Yep.
The other thing that I had was I did not sleep at all. The 2 days leading up, months. And then I didn't sleep at all during the labor and delivery process. So I made this little like wake up blend. It has like energy blend in it, peppermint, some other things. If you want the recipe, I can send it to you. I put it on my wrists, the back of my neck.
And these are all roller tops. Like it goes on the blends.
Just made up, ready to go.
Super easy for your husband who might be non-oily or might be learning to be oily. Because he's not going to whip up these concoctions on the fly. He's not. I had everything specifically easy application
for labor and delivery in this bag. So it was just sitting out, and I was like, hand me the wake-up blend.
Yep.
Hand me the head tension blend. Yep. Valor was like my best friend whenever I get very nervous about hospital things, IVs and just procedures and epidurals. So before I knew those were coming, I would again on my wrists and the back of my neck. And I'll tell you, it was like night and day. Yeah.
And just like if you know my wife and you know her at all, but anyone, like you're getting an epidural, like they have you curl into a ball and arch your back as much. So like she had it on her wrist and she's
giving
like,
me flashbacks.
She's gonna start twitching in a minute. Yeah, her PTSD is gonna flare up.
And my blood pressure drops and I get really sick, and I warned them, and even though I warned them, I thought I was good, and then I wasn't. So that was a little miserable. But I had some things to help with that too.
Yep.
The other thing is I had my diffuser.
Yes. Rocking and rolling.
And I knew Josh, I was not going to remember the blend. I was not going to remember what oils. And so I actually mixed up ahead of time my diffuser blend. And it says to diffuse 12 drops, but I think we actually used less because our room was smaller. It was heavenly. It has like Roman chamomile, ylang ylang, clary sage, like all these really good labor and delivery supporting oils. It was amazing.
And I was a little nervous, you never want to because you're surrounded by people who might not be oily and never want to gas out,
I was
the nurses,
worried it was going to be strong.
But everyone who came in was like, my gosh, it smells so good in here. Like, we're just gonna hang out in this room.
That was the funniest
It
thing.
was so
Our
funny.
nurses,
And they did too. They just
single one
kept
of them.
coming in and it smells good.
Every single nurse that came in our room, whether it was our recovery room or our delivery room, they were like, "It smells amazing in here. I just want to hang out in here. It smells so much better than all the other rooms." And I was like, "That's right."
Which is true. Hospitals, they don't smell great. Just don't.
I had a little labor blend, and this was funny. It was like on your pinkies, down your back.
Little toe.
On your ankles, your little toes. I was like, Josh, I can't reach my feet at this point. I was like, Josh, labor blend.
I don't even know if I still have feet.
So this was a roller. I can't remember exactly what was in here, but it's another like awesome, just labor supporting oils. Was just awesome. And this was a belly blend. So this is like actually after you've given birth. You roll it on your lower tummy. It's supposed to help like everything tighten and return to place, which as women we're like, please everything go back to where you were, especially after baby number 6.
Return
baby number
to your
6
starting point.
I was worried it was just going to take everything out. So this little belly blend, it smells kind of floral. It has like geranium. I didn't have the jasmine that they suggested, so I kind of made do, and I added like Harmony and Joy, because those have jasmine in them, and I just made do. I added a little, I think I haven't added some of the Myra shave oil because it has jasmine in it. And then when baby was born, we had her little blends all ready to go. So the thing about, I know it can be a little nerve-wracking. Your babies, they're so little, right? And you're like, maybe uncertain about oils, but think about this. In this big old bottle, there is 1 drop of Valor. That's it. 1 drop to like a tablespoon or whatever fits in here, 5 ml. So 1 drop of oil is all you need. And this was amazing for down her back and on her feet. It just helps to encourage like proper alignment, especially after being born.
Push through a birth canal.
And it's just calming for them. It's just really a good blend to use right after they're born. The other one that we mixed up was a sleep blend. Again, there's probably like 2 drops in here, 2 or 3 drops of different oils. We apparently have not needed it.
Have not needed it. This baby sleeps like a rock.
Not
at the right time of day.
That first night I did use it. She was awake a lot that first night, but she just wanted to be held. And if you know the hospital rules, you are not supposed to hold your baby and have them like, they need to be in the little bassinet. And can you imagine just being born, you just, out of the perfect little tummy environment, and now you're being put in a little plastic bassinet. So I'm sure she was like, Mom, no, you're just gonna hold me. So I held her and I did not sleep. And then the last one is just a baby blend. This was like our anointing, frankincense, myrrh, and some other immune supporting oils. This is actually one that we still use, and you just, seriously, this is so easy. Again, there's like maybe 3 or 4 drops in here. Just put it on little feet.
This is the one her brothers like to help roll on too.
How cute is that? Look at that foot. This is like the smallest thing. It's like as long as my fingers. Oh, they're gonna grow so fast. Oh. Anyways, that's it. You can do the other foot. It smells really good. So it's frankincense and myrrh, which are so good for new babies or kids just in general. It was good enough for Jesus.
Yeah. The Messiah blend.
Jesus got anointed with frankincense and myrrh. And so then afterwards, they're always trying to like encourage you to take like all the things to support that digestion and happy tummy. So I actually brought my Digize and my lemon. I mixed it up in some capsules, some carrier oil, and just took that. And I rubbed it on my tummy.
You're also rubbing it on straight.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just not in the mood to do. And I did add a little peppermint. I don't have problems with milk supply after, so
nope, not a problem.
I was okay using peppermint, but you can exclude that. But that just helps.
You should explain why peppermint, because peppermint can reduce.
That's what. It can reduce your supply.
I didn't say that.
So if you are like a week or 2 out from delivery and you are more sensitive, you might want to avoid mint oils. For me, never been a problem at all. So I'm actually using it a little bit to decrease because it gets a little painful. So peppermint's awesome for that. But if you need to encourage supply, Digize actually has fennel in it, which will encourage milk supply, and you can use basil. You can just literally apply straight to the girls.
She's sweaters.
And it's awesome. Other thing that I brought with me that I use a lot, maybe you can figure out why, is the Lavador cooling mist for all uncomfortable after delivery things.
Real life.
It was amazing. So if you use like the witch hazel pads, you can use these instead, and it's all natural. And you're not putting any harsh chemicals around delicate parts. That's all I can say. And it was amazing. And I will say, compared to other deliveries, these two combined after birth, good things. Good things and speedy recovery is all I gotta say. And then last but not least, this was the first oil that I discovered when Sawyer was 2 months old. I wish I had had it with Isaiah. This is like every woman in the world should be rolling this on every day.
Yes.
It's all natural. 80 to 90% of women are low in progesterone, which can cause all sorts of infertility, hormone, mood. You can struggle postpartum because you're crashing a little bit hormonally. And then when you're nursing, your hormones are going all over the place, which I know a lot of you women can relate with. So I immediately after baby was born, I rolled this on. So I just take it once a day and you just put it like on your forearm or rub it together. You can also put it on your ankles because that's a hormone Vitaflex point. But that's all I do, just once a day. And I did not experience the postpartum like hormonal like sweats where you're like hot and cold and all over the place. I did have a few moments of emotional
There's always
moments,
some tears,
but,
you know,
yeah.
when the ice cream container runs out. It's a broken moment, you know.
Or just being extra emotional about things that make you emotional anyways. But this right here, I can tell you like night and day. And this is the first time I've used this immediately after. Whereas with Sawyer, it was like 2 months after.
Yeah.
With Isaiah, nothing. And my other, they were kind of in my 20s. And I don't think I struggled as much because I think as you get older, you have, your hormones get more out of whack. And I think it's harder for your body sometimes to bounce back. But this right here is like a godsend. Highly, highly recommend, even if you are not pregnant, even if you are just a woman and you're going through some stages and changes and all sorts of good stuff. So this is also probably husbands.
Yeah.
Honey, have you rolled on your magical happy juice today?
It's totally experiential. You'd have to have lived through it, but I can tell you between Isaiah, Sawyer, and current baby, there's a massive difference.
Josh calls it, I don't get the crazy eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Haven't seen the crazy eyes this pregnancy.
So that was kind of a crash course in like what we did. I just did a little research. Again, this book right here was invaluable. So I don't care if you even have teenagers. It's got some great, just easy, simple blends, this little book. And then I used a couple blogs where they shared their birth experience, and I kind of used a couple blends from them. And it was just awesome. And I think, I don't know, I can't speak for you, but I feel like just making sure that things were...
Yeah, it was definitely good because, let's be honest, guys are such little active participants. We're the cheering, so being able to, like, support your wife while she's in labor, or pre-labor, in labor, and then after labor, with the things that are harmful, are safe, and in our experience are very effective, is just awesome. It's just good. And we're not even talking about like all the thieves cleaner and stuff that we brought just so that people visit and we don't have to worry about you just put a bunch of sanitizer on your hands and now you're gonna touch the baby. It's nice having those things. And like Hillary said, I definitely recommend being prepared, because guys, I couldn't have thrown that together. I am not that in the know. And so definitely having a prep, having a plan, knowing what you want to do. And then I think, too, some people get intimidated by hospital settings and by medical professionals, but they are there and they have your best interest in mind. They want you to be healthy. They want you to succeed. And if you're just, adamant about like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing, this is what we want to do. Like a lot of them will respect those choices that you make when it comes to like using oils, diffusing in the room, things like that. I mean, be respectful. Don't be like,
I didn't
forcibly
get any...
oiling like
I got
a phlebotomist against their will.
I got more flack about refusing some things for the baby than I did bringing in the oils, and I won't get into that. But
that's a soapbox Sunday.
There's things we don't do to newborn babies that they want you to, that are standard practice at the hospitals, that we kindly and graciously, respectfully refuse. But I found that every nurse that came into our room was like asking us, and what are you diffusing? That smells amazing. And I was like, stress away in lavender, or stress away in this, or this labor blend. And we had no, the only thing is I just got offered things. I just said, no, thank you. I'm good. I kind of have my own things, and that was it. Yep. So I think if you're respectful to the fact that they have their way of doing things and you have yours, and you're not like in people's face about it and feeling like you need to prove something or like educate the world, and you just do what you do,
And a lot of it for them is just protocol and procedure. They're going to do it not because they don't think that you're with, but because that's
kind of their standard practice.
And so if you let them know, hey, thank you, we're actually doing this, like they almost always respect that. So.
And look, she sleeps.
Yep. The whole thing. Every now, there's a startle.
Sorry, Mom.
She surrenders every now and then, like throws her arms up.
Yeah, and I was going to say something and it already left my brain. Yep. But yeah, when she's awake, and she's like, let's do this thing called feeding. And then I'm good, and I'm back asleep, Mom.
She's and now I'm out.
And then she's like, okay, we're feeding right now. Right now, I'm awake, like within the second. Like, let's not change my diaper. Let's not do anything else. We're going to eat.
There's no, like, groggy baby stage. It's like, eyes open, must nurse.
Yeah, so she's
tried to get a hold
sweetie.
of Dad a couple times.
Yeah.
She's feisty.
And we just asked for prayers and coverage and protection. We are going to be taking her in a couple days to an airport, and we are just going to be oiling this baby, covering her in prayer, and our whole family, that we stay healthy. And we're going to go see Matt graduate.
And we're not crazy. We wouldn't recommend, I never recommend traveling with newborns, but sometimes life circumstances happen, so you have to, and it's nice that we have oils there to support those things as well. So.
You only have a son graduate from Marine boot camp once, and it's a pretty big deal, so we are willing to take a little bit of a risk, and we feel like she's really healthy. We had our doctor write us a clearance note, so she's been checked out, all that good stuff.
She looks good. She's got a good weight.
Yeah,
she's ready.
This girl hasn't even lost any weight.
She's got her oil bag. She is ready.
She's an eater.
In it to win it. You wouldn't know
champ.
by looking at her, but...
Just a little yellow. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. I have some links I could send you because I don't remember all my blends and recipes and everything that I used in all these, but I can definitely send that to you because it was pretty awesome. Going from babies with no oils to delivery with, it was like night and day. Awesome. Yep. I mean, we literally laughed this girl into the world, our little bundle of joy. A couple laughs, and there she was. Yeah. So anyways, have a great day, you guys, and we will talk to you again soon.